Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly tarot card reading and astrology prediction from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. My name is Michelle, and welcome to Born Without Boundaries Tarot. We're going to see this week how this beautiful new moon is going to treat you. We're going to go over the astrology and get into this tarot card reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And guys, there's always an extended reading that I hope you'll join me for. The link to that is in the description box below. I'll also attach it to this video, so you can just click on it and go right in. I hope to see you there. This is your reading, so please do take the energies that I describe and use it where they resonate in your life. It's for any day. The message is right that it comes to you. The astrology is between December 22nd and the 29th. But whenever this message reaches you is the right time. It was when you were ready to hear it. Remember, there's a new message that comes out every single week, so please subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. And if you really like this channel, I have a second YouTube channel as well. It's called Astrology Motivation, and I invite you to join me there for live daily tarot card readings and live chats. Let's get into the reading. The new moon is powerful, and I've predicted for a while now that it's going to be a beautiful and very Merry Christmas Eve. A lot of energy, of course, including the moon conjunct the sun, is congregated in Capricorn. And we've had a few very powerful moons lately, and not because the full moons, new moons aren't normally powerful, but there have been powerful dynamics or aspects that have surrounded these moons. And this new moon is no different, because there is a super densely packed energy mass in Capricorn. There's a stellium in Capricorn. So we have Venus, Mercury, Pluto, the sun, and the moon all congregated in Capricorn during this new moon. It's normal. It's normal for the new moon to be conjunct the sun, but for it to have such a congregation of energy in the same zodiac sign, it isn't conjunct the other signs. The sun and the moon are actually in the early degrees of Capricorn, where Mercury and Venus are right dead center, and Pluto is at the very end. So it's not that they're all sitting right on top of each other, but they're all in the same zodiac sign. And how does Capricornian energy impact the moon? Well, the moon is in detriment in Capricorn. And what detriment means is it's vulnerable. It's at its most uncomfortable. The moon rules the fourth house. And Capricorn is traditionally, and I would definitely recommend that you check your natal chart, because there is definitely this huge concentration of energy in Capricorn. So what I recommend is that you check to see what house in your natal chart Capricorn rules, because there's just an explosion and concentration of energy there now. And you will most likely feel dynamic changes or powerful impulses or progress in that particular part of your life. So do that for yourself. Check to see if Capricorn rules any of your natal chart houses. And then you'll know specifically how to manifest for this new moon, because the power is so concentrated and focused that if you focus your manifestations over this new moon on that area of your life that Capricorn energy rules, you will see a dynamic push forward with your manifestations. New moons are great times to welcome in the new things that you invite into your life. The moon in Capricorn is most vulnerable, but it doesn't mean that it's still not new, and the powerful moons affect you especially. So take some time and find that out if Capricorn rules any of your natal chart houses. If not, what I would do is I would focus on especially those projects, businesses, or career goals that you are trying to build out in your life. The moon is intuitive. It rules the family. the 10th house is all about the outer world, the world of sort of the world of the ascendant, the world, not your ascendant specifically, but the world of the ascendant, the world outside, the world you build as an adult, you're growing up. So it's sort of where the moon fades out, and that thing, that person you were as a child is gone, and something new starts to grow. So this is a maturation process and a sort of check-in time for you. And you'll notice that there are a few other times in this week. There's a time during this week when the moon goes into Aquarius, when the moon will be square both north and south nodes. Right before this new moon happens, the moon is sextile to Saturn, which rules Capricorn, even though Saturn is in Aquarius. That's really interesting because it kind of is telling us that we're actually at a turning point in our lives, and that we can expect that this moon is really a fresh new beginning, a time when a chapter in our life ends and a new one begins. And we're going to get into see what exactly that is. I have a few cards in front of me already. We have Temperance coming out in this cockamamie way in the past. So this is kind of making peace with our past. This is that we were still working on something, that we were still, or we have been trying to figure something out or make something work for a while now, or at least through Sagittarius season, there was this dynamic of we were trying to make peace with something, make it work, explore, see what we wanted, or simply create. And then right here in the center, modern times, like right now, we have King of Wands and Ace of Swords. So there is definitely some sort of aha moment of what you want to create, what you need to create, or who you are. There is an aha moment of your true virility when it comes to where you want your future to be headed. If you have been hemming and hawing, or you haven't been able to make up your mind about something, believe me, your mind will be made up. It'll suddenly become very, very clear to you, Cancerians. This is the direction I want to go. This is exactly what I want to do. And the energy and ferocity of the certainty of direction will be so clear. Anything you start off on this new moon will have long-term abundance or effects. You'll be able to dedicate or commit yourself to long-term, so you'll have the stamina. So this passion is sort of backing. You'll have the passion behind the stamina to be able to really get something done and shift from being maybe a novice at something to being an expert at something and being seen as an expert in it. And this is when you really start to build out your reputation, and a reputation that will precede you in terms of how exceptional you are. If you have been creating something, I don't know what you could have been creating. I don't know if it's a lab experiment or a work of art, but this would be an exceptional time to debut it, so that people will be really impressed by it, and it will get you far. In other words, it will yield tremendous success and long-term success. This could also be legitimate, like literally, this King of Wands could be a person and a conversation or clarity of feeling or emotion that comes through between the two of you. It doesn't have to be romantic. Remember, take this energy and apply it the way that it applies in your life, because it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be somebody just offering you a job. It could be somebody acknowledging how exceptional you are. It could be a group of people suddenly being drawn to whatever you have worked your ass off on. All right, so that's what I want you to focus on and think of. So then you'll start to realize, okay, maybe this is where my abundance is coming. Either way, this is really good news. But I don't want you to think it's luck, because it's not luck. It's better than luck. It's the payoff for how hard you've worked. We have another ace on the table. The Ace of Cups. which is you put your whole heart into this. You put your whole soul into this. This is love and relationships. This is marriage. This is fulfillment and feeling really good. Your thoughts and your mind are aligned. Something that your thoughts and your mind are aligned with will be where you are there's a huge breakthrough, a huge creation. Or there's word coming out and confirmation that in fact somebody has a great deal of feelings for you and really wants to be with you. Or it could be clarity in your own mind about who you really want to be with and what you really want your future to look like with that person. This could be a Sagittarius showing up in your life. Let's see. Doesn't have to be. That's pretty specific. There's also stuff that's coming out in the future. But before I read the future cards, I want to grab a moon card because, this is like my favorite deck. If you're curious about the decks that I use, I list them in the description box below. This is the Moonology deck, which I highly recommend. It's not a tarot deck. It's an oracle card deck, but I love it. Being a Cancerian myself, I'm just drawn to anything lunar. Let's see what the Moonology deck is predicting. Expect powerful change. And we're going to dig into, and that's very ambiguous, and I don't love ambiguity. So, okay, expect powerful change. Change how? It's got to be with your profession. It's got to be with what you've created and what you've been doing. Some sort of breakthrough, triumph, victory, success that's going to fill your heart to the brim. But we also have related past, show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So this is definitely you putting yourself out there communally, to the community. It's this success and this dynamic change is directly related to something that you have shared with a lot of people. Not just your friends, not just your family, but showing people, demonstrating who you truly are inside, your gifts, your talents, your skill set. Okay? And then there's this powerful dynamic change that hits around this new moon. That is the abundance and where the abundance is going to be focused, what the abundance that comes to you on this new moon. We have future cards, but before I read them, I want to just articulate, ask the cards, what is this powerful change? What is this powerful change? Okay. Something that you may or may not have been interested in. This is emotional. Four of Cups was the first to show up. It's almost like something that you weren't sure you wanted. Now you are super sure that you wanted. Maybe somebody that you didn't know if you had feelings for, or a relationship you weren't certain of, or their dynamic toward you. Now all of a sudden there is absolute clarity and certainty. So there's a shift. There's a powerful shift in the visibility that you have in somebody's eyes, and B, how psyched they are about you. And it's gone from, oh, you're an option, to this is my everything. This is fulfillment. This is complete and total right. I'm certain of it. Now, that could be a dynamic, like I said, take it where it resonates, because it could be a dynamic that you feel for somebody else or somebody feels for you. It could also be, I don't know if I really want to live there, and now you're certain of it. It could be that you've had an option on the table, or you were an option on the table to somebody else. It doesn't have to be a romantic option. It could just be an option of, they're choosing you for work, or they're choosing you for a job or something like that. Now all of a sudden it's like, holy crap. Right? It goes from an to an absolute. And then we have King of Pentacles here. So it could be somebody who is going to offer you a job. It could also be you taking charge, or the business that you have created. So this could be a confirmation that this is particularly powerful energy when it comes to business that you've created, with people being lukewarm to you at first, and then all of a sudden you are the bee's knees talk of the town. Or this could also mean a masculine earth sign. So it doesn't have to be a male, but a masculine earth sign. So progressive, aggressive, down to business, successful, bold, entrepreneurial human being, mature. So it's almost like there is a maturity happening between the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. There's a maturity happening here, especially when it comes to what you have created. I would say especially, not limited to, but especially your business development, or your business developing, or your career developing. So this seems to be centered on your career breakthrough. Now let's get into the future. The first card we had, and this future is especially by the end of the week, but it could also predict out according to the cards here. We have another new moon, so that's another month out, and then full moon, so that's another month and a half out. So this could be up to a month and a half coming. Seven of Swords is the first thing we see. Seven of Swords with the moon, so some sort of backstabbing or deception or unpredictable, not failure, unpredictable deception or backstabbery, something that has been going on in the shadows, in the dark, that you did not even realize or didn't understand. You may have sensed it. You may have felt it, right? But ultimately you needed more information on it. If you were looking for more information on it, the sun is going to shine on it. There is going to be light brought into the dark. This also could be our actual new moon, either the new moon now or the new moon that's coming, because this is definitely a new moon. This is the sun and the moon have connected, right? They're in the sky. They're here together. So this is timing. And then we go into, it's like divine timing in terms of something that hasn't been working out. No matter how hard you try, that's the futility of the Seven of Swords. No matter how hard you try, something just wasn't working out. And maybe you prayed, maybe you were asking, please, Lord, clarify. You could feel something rumbling, but the information, intellectually, tangibly, it wasn't coming forward. Well, guess what? Now it is. This is a sense of Nine of Wands, which is you're strong enough, you're ready, you're capable, you're not stupid, you're not making the same mistakes, you're sticking up for yourself, and you're not going to rush into something. It's almost like in some ways you're asserting yourself and you're demanding somebody show their hand because you're sick and tired of being tossed around. Ten of Swords is an ending to something, a finish, and a lot of backstabbing. And then we have the King of Cups come out of it. So ultimately, there is a defense coming to you about something that has been hurting you, people who have been deceiving you, maybe people who have actually been taking from you and stealing from you. Those things are what is clearing up, because the King of Cups is you, and it represents this energy of somebody who has survived the worst of it and come out stronger. I would like to get deeper into exactly what that means and see how this energy, ooh, stop. What does this mean? This still means ambiguity. Oh, look it. Well, I can tell you this right now. I'm going to show you the card, because we're going to go to the extended, and we're going to get into specifics about how all of this impacts the different aspects of your life exactly. But here is wealth. This is what it's talking about. And it could even be a diamond ring. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your actual money, but how you value someone and how someone values you. Now, it could be actual money, because hello, honey, it says wealth right there at the bottom of the card. You see it? Yes. So ultimately, it does mean getting the brass ring. So I feel what this new moon is really bringing to you is a huge portal opening for you to step through this abundance, to step into abundance. Is it going to pour in? Yeah, I think it is. And the thing is this, it's not all of a sudden. It's not like, oh, like magic. You're going to know exactly where this is coming from, because you have been busting your balls for it. And the thing is this, it's like now you're finally ready to let something end. I think that's the secret, because the moon is asked to grow up and stop being a baby, in that it's asked to become unemotional when it gets into Capricorn. Because what do you always say? What do we always say? This isn't personal, it's business. This isn't personal, it's business. And that's exactly what's gonna fucking happen to you, is you're gonna all of a sudden realize this isn't personal, this is business, and I'm tired of this crap. So I'm not taking it anymore, and I'm moving the fuck on. Or you have the ability now to be in the mindset of maturity, of your emotions not getting the best of you being in control of your emotions, and being a very steady hand, a very practiced hand, and being able to handle something in a very mature and unemotional way. And that is why you get a different result. Let's go to the extended so we see exactly what those results are. I'll check you there. The links are below.